things that I want to bring to your attention. We have a presentation by Apple tonight. We do have a resolution for the Apple lease. It got left off the agenda. We were going to prepare to approve that lease tonight, recommend to the board. So in a minute, I'm going to bring Apple up to talk about what's been going on in the schools and to lead you in to show you that I believe we're ready at the next stage, which would be K-12 initiative. And in saying that, I'm going to do that in a couple of seconds, bring them up. Also, I just want to tell you that we already have news from the state, and this is only giving you an update on exactly what's happening. There'll be more information coming from me. I will go to the board in executive session that we have 5 schools that are now back into status. They are not targeted schools. And so the 5 schools next year that will be in status will have to develop plans. Well, one school already developed a plan. That was Superintendent. That school has already developed a plan. That plan is in action. We need to tweak that plan, and we will. The other 4 schools, which I'll be mentioning in a minute, those 4 schools will be developing plans. Those plans will be developed jointly with myself and the central office staff and the principal and some of the people in the building who have put principal designates to do that. Those plans then will be presented to the board for the board approval. Once the board approves them, I will have a public meeting with the schools that are in status and of the parents of those particular schools. I will explain what the board approved, how the board is wants it to be attacked, the status of the schools, and basically then we will move forward on developing and putting those plans in place. Some things will happen this year, some things will happen next year for the whole year. By way of explanation, a letter will go out to the status schools explaining this next week from me and explain to the parents when that meeting will take place, because hopefully the board in March will approve the temporary plans, and then we will readjust those plans sometime in the April-May timetable for the following year. Each one of the status schools went in for different reasons. When the data become, now what happens when this happens, the Commissioner of Education, Department of Education, embargoes the data until they release it. They have not released it yet. So I'm going to tell you the schools that are in status. I'm not going to tell you why, because that data is embargoed. Once we get a release from the state, then we will present that at a board meeting and also present it at parent group meetings of those particular schools. So next year, this year right now, and going into next year, each school has a target date when they can get out, usually in the area of 2020, 2021. As I said, Cedarburg is already in, okay? The next group, the next 4 are in this group. Maximum was in. They stay in. They're now a school comprehensive status. Target status means that you have an issue with one of your groups. Comprehensive status means that you have multiple groups that fall in that category, not just one. So all of our schools are comprehensive, which means that they fall in different categories. They could not pass in attendance. They could not pass in park participation. They could not pass in the subgroups. There are different subgroups. There are white, there are black/African American, there are Hispanic, economically disadvantaged, special education. So what this means is when you're in multiple status, that means you have multiple groups that have failed according to the state. We will explain all that in a later meeting. The schools that are in this now, I'm not going to say second round, the new round of status is Plainfield High School is in for the first time. Maximum is in for now, I can't tell you. Gene, how many years has Maximum been in?
They were targeted cohort 1, now in cohort 2 they're comprehensive.
Okay, so that was it. Hubbard is back in. They were not targeted, they are now comprehensive. Cedarbrook, Plainfield High School, and Cook Elementary School is now in as a comprehensive school in status. So So that's our 5 schools in stats. In a couple of weeks, we'll explain why they went into stats. Board got a quick explanation of that tonight. Again, we cannot share that data with you tonight. Not because we don't want to share it, it's embargoed right now. Once that comes off embargo, we'll share it. But those are the 5 districts. We are now going to be developing plans, and we'll be developing that in conjunction with the buildings, and also we'll be able to look at the various different areas, the sub-areas, and make plans for each sub-area. If it was attendance, what are we going to do for attendance? If it was, if it was attendance in certain groups, if it was attendance in Hispanic, if it was attendance in Black/African American, we have to look at all the groups and make plans that affect those groups to get them out of stats. Because I will tell you this, don't take this lightly. This is no joke. We shouldn't have 5 schools, potentially 2 more, we're looking at right now. We potentially might have 7 schools. That's not good. And that's a combination of resources, materials, staff development, administration, central office, teaching. We got to attack every area to make them better. It's not just one area. So if somebody says to you, it's one area, that's not true. It's multiple areas for these schools, and multiple things need to be done to get it out. I'm hoping the public wakes up one day and realizes we got to make this a better academic place. Because if you don't, all these kids are going to be failing.
That's right.
And I don't think you're going to like having schools in comprehensive. That's not, I think, why most of this board signed on to be here. So I think this board is committed to make it right, and committed with the board. I'm going to ask the board to approve all of these plans and put them in the minutes and approve every one of the plans and talk about every one of the plans publicly and get updates once a month. Okay? So that gives you where I'm at. Okay. That's all. Now, Apple. Who's going to